Hey guys, this is E-Rock X, the Don King of Xbox, the hyper man, always for the Xbox brand, and the meanest man on YouTube. I'm still here, I haven't gone anywhere, and I'm here on the Sega Man 101 channel. It's another episode of the Exile Podcast. We're going to try to do this thing twice a month. Whenever there's gaming news, and shout out to our crew, Unlimited Production, First Lady of Chad Dia, Other Zinc, Tuck Master, the entire crew. Hope I didn't leave anybody out. Um, we're gonna try to do this thing twice a month. Try to get the graphics back. Try to get this thing back, and we're going to do the Exile podcast as is needed because the gaming news doesn't sleep. Sega Man is doing me the honors of letting me host this morning. It's an honor to always be here with the man who I've called my number one with a gun because it was his idea 5 years ago for us to do a podcast and for us to get together as Xbox brothers and as people who love the Xbox ecosystem and platform. And it's always good to sit here and talk to Sega Man 101. And Sega Man 101, this is your channel. You need no introductions, man, but give yourself a shout out. Let the folks out there know who you are.
I want to say what's up to everybody out here in the Xbox gaming community, the true diehard Xbox gamers that have been holding it down since day one with the original OG Xbox, man. I'm here again with my brother, the artist formerly known as E-Rock, the Don King of Xbox, E-Rock X, man. We got some topics that we're going to talk about today yes, we're going to get them all in. I don't have to go to work till later, but this is something that really needs to be addressed, needs to be talked about, things that are on me and E-Rock's mind about what's been going on lately with our brand that we support, which is the Xbox brand. I'll give a shout out to our brother, Craig Simmons Gaming TV, the first one up on deck. What's up, brother? How you doing, my man? Really appreciate you coming and chilling with us today, my brother.
Yo, man, Craig Simmons is more than a gamer. Craig Simmons is the master of barbecued meat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
My man, Craig Simmons be living large, man.
Yeah, man.
He
Yeah.
be living large. It's all good.
Good to see you, my man. And and what brother E-Rock said is right. We are going to get this on par again. The Exile podcast, man. Me and E-Rock are going to be really working behind the scenes. We're not just talking bullcrap. We're going to be working behind the scenes. We were already talking today about it, and I'm feeling really good about it. So we're going to get the Exile podcast coming back. Even if brother E, we do it twice a month, it's going to come back, guys. We need it to come back. It was a great show. It's where I got started. It's where a lot of people actually got started and got put on, with us doing the Exile podcast. What's up, Adidas 20. Thank you for coming, my man. Well, E-Rock, man, yeah, and this is Sega Man 101. You guys know me. You know my channel. I do videos on OG games, systems, things like that. But I'm also do topics and current events on what's going on in the Xbox gaming community, man, because I have that Xbox bleed green shield like Captain America. You know what I'm saying? I have that shield up, man. It has the X on it, and it's in green. So I'm a diehard Xbox man. Nothing ain't gonna never change me. It doesn't matter what happens. I'm still gonna always be an Xbox fan and bleed green. That's all I gotta say, brother E-Rock. So on that note, man, what's going on with you, man?
Hey man, what's going on with me, man, is we got a few topics we want to talk about today. We have about an hour, 20 minutes, maybe. We'll see how
Yep.
it goes. We
Mm-hmm.
gotta keep it moving along because Sega Man has to go to work. He works at night, and I know what that's all about. So we want to get these topics out the way. We want to talk about number one, Gears of War Reloaded coming to all platforms: PC, Xbox, and PlayStation 5, and the community going crazy again. We want to talk about the Xbox price increases. I don't think we had a chance to talk about that the last time you and I saw each other. And last
Mm-hmm.
but not least, before we go, I've got a list in front of me, like old school. We want to talk about the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer that dropped yesterday.
Yes.
So we want to talk about that. We want to talk about the delay. We want to talk about the trailer. But the first thing we want to talk about is the announcement was made a couple of days ago on Xbox Wire that Gears of War Ultimate, a game that you may own, a game that came out in 2014, is getting a sort of a refit remaster. It's going to be called Gears of War Reloaded. It's Gears of War Ultimate, was basically a remaster and a reimagining of the legendary first Gears of War. I own them both. I own all the Gears of Wars. I love that franchise. It is a franchise that is deep in Xbox's DNA. It is one of the pillars of Xbox. And Gears of War Reloaded is coming this August with 4K visuals, faster frame rate, all the bells and whistles of today's consoles, coming out on Xbox Series consoles, PC, and PlayStation 5. And as usual, Sega Man, the gaming community went nuts. The gaming community lost their minds, as you can imagine. Some people are looking at this intelligently, like Old Noah's Alex, who is a big YouTuber out there. I've had disagreements with him in the past, but I find Old Noah's Alex quite entertaining. He seems to be the only guy speaking sense right now as a PC gamer. Old Noah's Alex has really been against, for the longest time, the idea of exclusives. He doesn't like games being locked behind a platform um, because he is a PC gamer and he mostly plays on Steam and Game Pass. He is a proponent of games being able to go everywhere, which seems to be the direction that we're heading in, Sega Man. But of course, as you know, there is a huge number of gamers out there, a massive number of gamers who they don't like change. They're still stuck in the 90s, from my opinion. And they're still stuck in, as I always say, Sega Man, Genesis does what Nintendo don't. It's still the console wars for them. And the thinking of the console wars has always been Sega Man 101 that if you want to sell your consoles, you need an exclusive game. You need exclusive games like Gears of War or Halo or God of War or Spider-Man. You need exclusive games, Sega Man, to sell your console. You need a reason for people to buy your console. And that has been the status quo, that has been the paradigm for about 30 years, almost 40 years. A
Yeah.
paradigm simply for you in the audience and my brother Sega Man means a way of doing things, an established method of doing things, right? That's what a paradigm means. And about 5 years ago, on the first couple of episodes of the Exile podcast, Man Time Flies, I said that gaming as we know it and Xbox as we know it is going through a paradigm shift. And we've seen paradigm shift before, Sega Man. Um, Apple. Now, Apple didn't introduce the smartphone. That was BlackBerry, right? But Apple perfected it, and right away, boom, people stopped using flip phones and started using the iPhone or iPhone knockoffs. A paradigm shift had happened in the telecommunications business. In the last 10 years, we've seen a paradigm shift in how entertainment is delivered to us. In the past, Sega Man, we all had subscriptions to a cable TV provider, either a Comcast or you name the cable company, Comcast or Xfinity. We all had cable television, right? Well, over the last
Uh-huh.
10 years, streaming services like Netflix, HBO Max, Disney Plus has arisen, and people have cut ties with cable. There was a paradigm shift away from content delivered by cable TV companies who charge you to rent a box and beam through a wire entertainment through your house to boom, you having an internet connection on your phone, on your laptop, on your watch, on your TV, an app on your TV, and now you're streaming Netflix. They said it wasn't going to happen. Blockbuster wasn't ready for that paradigm shift. The shift happened without them, right? We're
Yeah.
seeing a
Yeah.
paradigm shift also. People are no longer buying DVDs and Blu-rays. In fact, Walmart and a lot of uh, brick and mortar retailers. That means brick and mortar stores you can walk into, like Walmart, Costco's. They're not selling DVDs or Blu-rays anymore because how can you compete with something like Netflix? Netflix saw that people wanted to consume entertainment differently, and the paradigm shift happened. We are seeing a paradigm shift in gaming. People are buying less physical copies of games and buying copies of games digitally, right? There are still people who buy tons of physical copies of games, collectors like Sega Man and Hebot and Unlimited Production. But we are now seeing a new generation of people like myself who would rather have their collection be digital. Okay. The difference being is that Unlimited Production, Sega Man, and Hebot actually own their games, whereas I do not own my digital collection. I have over 1,000 games. I don't own any of them. What I have is a license to play those games. And I fully understand that. And I fully understand that at any time I could lose those licenses, but that works for me. There was a paradigm shift going on in gaming the last 4 years, and Xbox Game Pass has ushered that in. Thank you, Black Mesa Cake. Cake, I did not know that IBM created the first smartphone in 92, but you got to admit, Apple capitalized on the technology, and that's where the paradigm shift happened. But thank you, man. I did not know that. Thank you very much. I learn new stuff every day, and I'm glad to keep learning. But Game Pass, Sega Man, has been changing the game. It's been changing how we absorb gaming content, and I'm loving every second of it. And what Xbox has been doing by buying Activision, by buying Bethesda, by buying all these third party publishers, they themselves have now become the biggest third party publisher in the world that we know of. They are fighting another fight entirely, and they're preparing to change the way we consume games. People are trying to fight against gaming services like Game Pass and Steam, and I'm saying, man, you are fighting a battle you cannot win. And part of that battle, Sega Man, part of that strategy for Xbox moving forward apparently has been putting their games on other platforms, including the company they saw as their competitor once, but no longer sees their competitor, the dreaded PlayStation. PlayStation is a platform that can be exploited by these third party publishers to sell their games. And Xbox has done it. I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it at all when Forza Horizon 5 went to PlayStation. But then the numbers came out about how many copies sold of Forza Horizon 5 on PlayStation. And even though it was minuscule compared to what it did on Xbox and on PC, it was still
Mhm.
a number. It was still a number. It still sold. Sea of Thieves is one of the most purchased games in the PlayStation Store. So I see where Xbox is going, right? And
Yeah.
instead of me at 56 kicking and screaming, oh, I can't believe you put Gears of War on PlayStation. And I would have been kicking and screaming about 6 months ago. But now that I'm older, I see things more as a businessman. And if they can put Gears of War, the older Gears of War Ultimate on PlayStation and make some money so they can get some more games to us on Game Pass that we don't have to pay for, it's a win-win. But a lot of people don't see it that way. Crap Gamer had a fit, as always. Crap Game, and to give you an idea, Crap Gamer, I'm 56, so I got
Um,
into YouTube, I believe, when I was 44 or 43 or possibly 45. Um, Crab Gamer got to be, if I'm 56, Crab Gamer got to be 44. He got to be 45 or 47. And he's on Twitter, him, MGB, Dreamcast guy, acting like petulant children. I can't believe it. They're putting Gears of War on PlayStation. What happened to exclusives? Xbox is dead. Xbox is stupid. Xbox should have exclusive games. And I'm like, guys, you're having a temper tantrum over toys. The same temper tantrum I would have had about 4 years ago. I
yeah.
would have screamed to the high heavens, Xbox, what are you doing? Phil Spencer needs to lose his job. But now we know the direction that Xbox is going in. Xbox is a third party publisher. They want to make as much money as possible for a future that we do not know yet. And people have been questioning their moves since the Xbox One was introduced back in 2013. And the Xbox One, everybody hated it, everybody talked shit about it, but it introduced this digital age we are all living in now. So we have come full circle now, and Xbox just doesn't make consoles. They are a third party publisher. This is what it is. Now, before I get to Sega Man's answer and his thoughts on Gears of War Reloaded going to PlayStation 5, I just have to say, listen, guys, there's nothing I can do to stop Warner Brothers from doing what they're doing. They're going to make this new DC universe, and I can't stop them. There's nothing I can do about my ex-girlfriend going out with whoever she wants to go out with. Sometimes you just have to let shit be. And Phil Spencer, Satya Nadella, Sarah Bond, and Microsoft are hell bent on controlling the entire gaming industry. That's what they're trying to do, Sega man. That's what they're trying to do. They want to get their games on Nintendo next. It doesn't matter if Nintendo never puts Mario on Xbox. That's on them.
Right.
It doesn't matter if PlayStation never puts God of War on Xbox. That's on them. What Microsoft cares about now is their stockholders, their bottom line, and getting as much gaming content out there as possible. Gaming content that has nothing to do with the console wars that Crap Gamer, MGB, Dreamcast Guy, Red Dragon, and all these YouTubers are still fighting this ancient console war that never existed and doesn't exist. Oh, well, PlayStation sold the most consoles. Well, Xbox made the most money. They're posting profits of $3 billion. Not revenue, profits. Profits of $3 billion per fiscal quarter. That's all they care about. That's all they care about. Right. And the end result, Sega man, is in the last 3 months, you have gotten. I want to be clear. I want to be quick to get to your answer. But in the last couple of months, we have gotten Indiana Jones, Atomfall, Avowed, Call of Duty. We're about to get Revenge of the Savage Planet, Ninja Gaiden, the Oblivion remaster, Doom the Dark Ages in a few weeks, Expedition 33, South of Midnight, and coming soon, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 through 4, all in Game Pass to no cost to you. Nothing but a month.
And then Teenage Mutant Turtles is dropping today.
And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is dropping today. Now, that output I have never seen in the history of Xbox. I've never seen this kind of output back in 2007 when the Xbox 360 was rolling. So if Game Pass is having this kind of output, if Phil Spencer putting games on other consoles is having this kind of output, where I'm getting all these games that I don't have to pay for, where I'm paying maybe $240 a year for Game Pass and getting, I don't know, $3,000 or $4,000 a year in gaming that I don't pay for, dude, sign me up. Sign me up. And I know some of you out there in the comment section will say, especially the haters, oh, you guys are just coping. You're coping. Hey, man, it's a hell of a cope to cope with having 20 and 30 damn games popping off every 2 months. It's a hell of a cope to be having all these games coming to us for free when you got to pay $80 for it. $80 for it, man. So it is what it is, Sega man. Gaming is changing. Xbox is changing, whether we want it to or not. And yeah, I had mixed feelings about Forza Horizon 5 going to PlayStation 5, but now I understand what they're doing. But Gears of War Reloaded, which is basically a updated version 4K of Gears of War Ultimate, a 10-year-old game, is coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series consoles, and PC. Sega man, I want to get your thoughts, unfiltered. Don't worry about what I just said. Those are my thoughts. I want to get your unfiltered thoughts on Gears of War Ultimate going to PlayStation 5 this August. Be truthful, man. Be true to yourself. Say what you feel, man. You don't have to agree with shit I just said. The only reason why I'm so compliant is because I've been eating good over here at Xbox. I can't even finish half these meals. I can't. Yo, we stuffed over here. But I do understand why some people are like, yo, Phil, what the fuck are you doing? It's Gears of War. What's going to be next? Halo? So I understand that feeling of what's going on. Why are our big games now going over to PlayStation? But Sega man, what are your thoughts on Gears of War Ultimate going to PlayStation 5?
Well, man, you know what? Yeah, at first I was like, I never thought it would go over there, to be honest with you. I never thought that Gears would go over there. I don't mind. I understand what Phil's trying to do. When Phil first said on that one interview he did, I don't understand why people will want to hold games from other people playing it. Forgot what show it was. When he said that right there, I kind of put the pieces together of what he's trying to do. And like I said before, when I make my videos or I do my podcasts, which you know this, brother E-Rock, I said Microsoft is playing chess. Now people can come in the comment sections and make mockery about it and laugh about it, but at the end of the day, Microsoft is getting that PlayStation money. When it does come over, when it does happen and it goes over there, we get the free upgrade. And a lot of people have made videos and they've convinced me. Why would you be mad because they're getting a game we've had over 12 years? And they're just getting it now. And I realized, you know what? They're right. We've played this game. I've beaten that game so many times and played it so many times because I like the way they redid it when it first came over.
It is a great game, and I love the original because it's so dark and gritty, and it's a piece of gaming history. The original Gears of War, but I did enjoy Gears of War Ultimate just like you did.
Yeah. And what's up, Crispy Bomb? Thanks for coming, my good brother. Crispy Bomb is a great Gears of War player. I think I've had conversations with him when I went on our brother's channel and I did a podcast with him. It was Graphic God way back in the day. But you know what? I finally realized, you know what? They are definitely playing chess because they're getting this game. It's not hurting me because I know they have to pay full price. Whatever it costs, $30, $40. You're not doing nothing. And I have to give congrats to Unlimited Productions real quick. When I listened to you guys' podcast the other day, and I'm just like Unlimited, I'm at the point where, you know what, I'm just happy. I'm eating good over here. My slogan, everybody's saying it out here and I love it. Everybody says you should have patented that, Sega man, because everybody's saying it, and that's cool. That's cool, guys. Keep saying that. I'm letting you know today, Xbox brothers, Xbox sis, keep saying that. We're eating good over here because we are definitely eating good over here with Ultimate Game Pass. And that's another thing people are trying to negate. Game Pass now. Well, it's not fair to they're trying to bring and regurgitate that stuff again. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, when Sony's buying these games, they're not even. And one thing I'll say real quick, and then I'll get back on topic. I don't want to get off topic. E-Rock.
Speak your truth.
They're talking more. They're over there. They're talking more about our games on PlayStation. They're not even talking of. I know what happened to Wolverine. What happened to these games that were supposed to be greatness await games?
Sega man, they are grasping at anything. Like I don't watch these videos. They pop up in my feed and I ignore them. And I wish they wouldn't pop up in my feed on YouTube. But I saw a guy like MGB saying how the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer is a win for PlayStation. How is it a win for PlayStation when it's coming on PC? Yeah, they're going to have the best version on PC. It's coming to Xbox. How is it a win for PlayStation? Like, dude, they are grasping at anything because the nonstop Xbox news and the moves that Xbox is making, it has them shook up, Sega man.
Yep. It has them shook up. And another thing is, like you said, these guys are pretending. Xbox brothers that are in the chat right now and rocking out with me and E-Rock and Unlimited, they're pretending when they do their videos like Dreamcast Lies, they're pretending that Grand Theft Auto 6 is the only it's only on PlayStation. That's what he's acting like. When you listen to his video and he's talking, oh my God, it looks so great on PS5 Pro and this and that. Dude, you're not watching. You're watching a trailer. You're not watching game. That's not gameplay. It's a trailer.
I think some of it actually was gameplay. And
some of it might have been.
It was shown on the PlayStation 5, so that's the big win they're talking about. And I'm like, dude, it's coming on all platforms, nigga.
Right. Exactly. It's coming on all platforms. He acts like it's exclusive. The way he acts, like it's exclusive to, like it's going to be exclusive to his PS5.
Sega man, if you were a starving dog, right, and someone threw you a bone with a little bit of meat on it, wouldn't you eat the shit out of that little bit?
Yeah, I definitely would. I definitely would.
See, us Xbox dudes, I saw the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer, and we're gonna talk about it later. I saw the trailer, like, okay, because I'm stuffed over here, man. Right. I still haven't finished South of Midnight. I still haven't touched fucking fucking Atom Fall. Yo, Sega Man, we stuffed over here, dude.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
and Phil is serving up more meals today, next week. Damn.
Look at all these games, E-Rock Unlimited and Xbox Brothers in the chat that have fucking dropped today. If you go look at your Game Pass right now, there's like 4 or 5 games that are coming that you can pre-download right now, and there's other ones that are coming out today, like the Ninja Turtle game. I'll download them shits this morning.
Damn straight.
You know what I mean? And you don't have that nowhere else on any other system. They will never ever do that. What Xbox is, I'm telling you, with Satya Nadella all the way on board now, and yes, I know it's coming from him with these games going over there, but they have a strategic strategy. Like I told you guys, they're playing chess, and they're going to take the rug up under PlayStation. Watch, it's going to happen. It's definitely going to happen, man. You got Porter Rock and all them dudes talking about this and stuff like that, but they ain't talking nothing about their games. Like the game Marathon, oh, it's this and that, and it's this. That game's multi-platform. That game's gonna be coming over. That's coming over. Here's the thing, E-Rock. When these dudes do these podcasts, they act like Xbox is the only third-party company out there. They're not. There's already been PlayStation games that have came over.
PlayStation is a third-party publisher. They're in denial about it.
They're in denial, just like Brother E-Rock just said, guys. They're in denial about it. I bought Death Stranding. Okay, I'm thinking
I did too. I got suckered into buying Death Stranding too. And when you booted up Sega Man, I didn't mean to cut you off, sir. When
go ahead.
What does it say? PlayStation Studios.
Yep.
When you boot up MLB The Show, I got tricked into buying that shit too a couple of years ago. What does it say? PlayStation Studios. PlayStation is a third-party publisher.
Yep. And they don't talk about, see what they're trying to say now. There's Nintendo. Look, I don't knock Nintendo dudes. If you guys like Nintendo and you like the Nintendo Switch, and yes, it did sell and all this stuff, but just mind you, there's a lot of scalpers that are sitting on that. I hope you guys know that. There's a lot of scalpers that are sitting on those pre-orders. You know what I mean? If you like that's cool. You can say that they're the only ones that don't, or that won't go third party or whatever. And that's fine. But for you guys to try to say that Microsoft and Xbox is the only gaming company that is third-party publishers, you're wrong. Because there's a lot of games that came over from PlayStation that's already on Xbox that got supported more. We even got one of their developers over here, which made Hellblade. You know what I'm saying? We bought them up.
Ninja Theory, yeah.
Ninja Theory, and we support we bought the games that came over to Xbox. We bought them more than the PlayStation dudes have. We supported them.
Their biggest flex now they're doing over there on PlayStation, and I wish that a day would come when we didn't have to talk about these clowns, but somebody has to address the foolishness other than Fratanga and Oh No, it's Alex. Somebody else has to address this foolishness. Their big flex now is, oh, we're getting your games and runs better on PlayStation and Xbox games are selling more on PlayStation. And I'm like, dude, that's a strange flex. And I'll tell you why it's a weird flex. It's a weird flex because every one of you PlayStation guys that pays $80 or $40 or $50 or $60 or $70 for an Xbox game, you are crowdfunding Sega Man and myself's next game is coming in the Game Pass. So thank you.
Thank you very much. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. I really appreciate you doing
with Sega Man, just from the bottom of our hearts, MGB, Crab Gamer, Dreamcast Guy, J-Dub, J Bari, and guys in the comments section, all you guys in the comments section, if you're on Twitter, you could really help Sega Man and myself out by taking this link and putting it on your Twitter account and saying, hey, we discovered this cool ass podcast. These guys are talking positively about gaming instead of negatively. They're talking about what they love instead of what they hate. If you want to see Sega Man's podcast and his channel succeed, you can always copy paste the link and put it on your Twitter and say, hey man, I found this great podcast. Get him out there. Help a brother out. That's how the YouTubers like Oh No, it's Alex and Fratanga get over. People are helping them. Help Sega Man, Unlimited Production, help these guys get over. But yeah, man, over at PlayStation Sega Man, you're seeing the strangest flexes. Like to them, they are still, especially Crap Gamer, Crap Gamer lost his shit. You still there, Sega Man?
Yeah, I'm here, brother.
Crap Gamer lost his shit. Now, keep in mind, it was 10 years ago. 10 years ago to the date. This is freaky. This is crazy. Sega Man, hold on a minute. Just bear with me for a minute, all right, Tony?
Yep. Take
10
your time.
years
Take your time.
ago to 10 years ago, I said Tony. My real name is Eric. So we use our real names like
That's all
we're
right.
the
That's
fucking
cool.
like we're the fucking Justice League or some shit. Like don't tell everybody that Batman is
That's cool.
Wayne. Fucking we are 10 years to the date, Sega Man, that Crap Gamer lost his shit when Phil Spencer announced that Quantum Break was going to PC.
Yep.
And this dude lost his fucking shit. Said, I'm getting rid of my Xbox. I'm going to buy a PlayStation. Blah, 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 blah. And this was 10 years ago, Sega
Mm-hmm.
Man. So
Mm-hmm.
here it is. Here it is, May 2025. And this dude, Crap Gamer, is on Twitter tweeting at Phil, because Phil is called at P3 something on Twitter. He's tweeting at Phil. Oh, Phil, you're destroying Xbox. You're ruining. He's destroying Xbox to the tune of 35 million Game Pass subscribers and $3 billion a month in revenue and or profits coming from the Xbox brand into Microsoft. This dude, like, there was this wrestler named Triple H who's now in charge of WWE Entertainment, and he said to a wrestler named CM Punk, if you haven't grown or matured in 10 years, there's something wrong with you. And Crap Gamer, MGB, Red Dragon, Jay Barry, J Dub, all these guys, they haven't grown and matured in 10 years. The difference between E-Rock today and the E-Rock of 10 years ago is I would like to hope I kind of matured some. I kind of hope that I'm not that guy that was fucking going bananas on his videos and waving guns in his videos and all of that dumb shit. You get older, you mature. And again, there's a lot of people, Sega Man, who feel as though that Xbox shouldn't be putting their games on PlayStation and that Xbox should still be doing the console war. And the console wars is over. Unlimited Production said something 5 years ago that I'm always going to quote. Unlimited Production, I said that there was a paradigm shift happening in gaming, and Game Pass was part of that paradigm shift. And Unlimited Production said that the console wars is over. We are now in the content wars, which means that Xbox is fully making a move to become Netflix. They're fully, big money says Xbox is the king of gaming right now and been the Netflix of gaming. Big money, big money, big money. You're right. All you got to do is do what Unlimited Production calls the eye test. And the eye test is just looking at it. I've never seen in my life Xbox this on fire. I've never seen so many games available to me that I can't even play them all because of a service, a gaming service. It's crazy how many choices. And people are always like, oh, well, you Xbox dudes, you rent your games, you rent your games, you rent your games. You don't know how this works. Xbox pays these publishers and developers money, millions, sometimes hundreds of millions up front for the game to put the game on Game Pass. Sega Man and I played the game, and hey, I like South of Midnight. I'll buy this. Hey, I like Obscura 33. I'll buy this.
Yeah.
That's what Game Pass is, guys. Game Pass is try before you buy. Back in the day, back in the 360 Sega Man, remember back in the 360 days, we used to have these things called demos. We don't have them anymore. Called game demos, right? And so you tried the game before you buy it. And that's why in 2007, it was the demo of BioShock that sold that game millions of copies. Well, Game Pass is basically a demo factory. You get to try the game for however long you want, for the lifetime you have in Game Pass. If you decide to buy it, whether right away or when it comes on sale, it's your choice. Phil Spencer and Xbox are giving us choices over here, right? And I think the Nintendo people and the PlayStation people, Sega Man, they hate us because we have choices and they don't. They hate us because over there at Nintendo and PlayStation, they will never give them a Game Pass like service. They will never let them try before they buy, right? Over there at Sony, their model is you buy and then you try. They are not giving you anything over there, man. And sooner or later, PlayStation is going to go full in with their releases on all platforms day and date. Eventually, the PlayStation board of directors are going to look at the fact that they're selling PlayStation 5 and PS5 Pro at a loss. At a loss. Look it up. We've been through this before. You know, it's a weird, we're living in a weird timeline when myself and Oh Noah's Alex are in agreement. Oh Noah's Alex said two pivotal things in a video he just put out. Oh Noah's Alex said the consoles are lost leaders. Well, Sega Man, we've known this since the Sega Genesis. Because Sega said in an interview with GamePro magazine back in 1997, oh, we're selling shit at a loss. They said this back then.
Yep.
And he also said that you've got grown men arguing over what are essentially toys. And that's what's going on. I'm not telling any of these guys, Crap Gamer, MGB, that they should accept or even like that Gears of War is coming to PlayStation 5. But it is. There's nothing you can do about it. And the PlayStation audience, they're going to buy it because in their mind, if they buy this game, they're sticking it to you, Sega Man, the Xbox gamer, when really they're not sticking it to you. They're helping you. They're helping put the next game on Game Pass that you will play for free. It's the craziest flex I've ever seen for MGB and Jay Barry to say, "Oh, Xbox is dead. Xbox is basically a PlayStation now." It's the craziest shit. But hey, guys, do you knock yourselves out because we're eating good over here? But Sega Man, before we move on to our next topic, what would you say to people like Crap Gamer who are mad? And they have a right to be mad. People have a right to their opinions. People who are mad that Phil Spencer is putting Gears of War on PlayStation 5. What would you say to these people?
Well, they have their opinions. So do I. And at the end of the day, there's not going to be no exclusivity no more.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way it's going to be. You're going to see, people might not see this now, but I believe you're going to see maybe some of those games that were on PlayStations, like Resistance, come over to Xbox.
It's inevitable.
And different things, and even maybe go to the Nintendo Switch. This is the thing. Crispy Bomb, Big B Money, all the Xbox brothers in here, Unlimited Productions, everybody that's in here. At the end of the day, man, at the end of the day, Sony's going to have to follow suit, man. Look, they started with copying our achievements, right?
Yeah.
They started with that. Now they want to get into the online thing. We've helped them with Azure servers, right?
Mm-hmm.
We helped them out with that. We helped them out
with the service.
Right. We helped them out
Concord.
in Concord. We gave them little trinkets of games. They got Cuphead. So did the Switch. The Switch also got Super Lucky's Tales. People forget about that.
Mm-hmm.
So they've tried and were dabbling a little bit even back then. See, Microsoft probably already had this in-house in plan. Even back then when they were trickling those little games over to PlayStation 4 and to the Nintendo Switch with Super Lucky's Tales and all that. This was probably already in the making. It was just early development of what they were going to do.
You're right.
You know what I mean? The thing about Microsoft and that people hate, that really hate, is that they always hold their cards real close to their fucking chest, bro.
Yeah.
You never know anything. They still want to come out here and say, well, PlayStation 5 got 250 trillion consoles sold and Xbox got 2,000. Like, because they don't know the numbers and they want to know the numbers. I don't care where you say you get your sources from, and this is what this guy does because he does reports on this. This is all he does, going out here, doing the numbers, doing all his reports. You don't have the numbers until Microsoft actually comes out and tells you exactly how many consoles that are out there. Then that's when I'll believe it. When Phil Spencer or Aaron Greenberg or whoever, E-Rock's girlfriend Sarah Bond, when they come out and when they come out and tell you the exact numbers of how many consoles that are sold out there, then I'll believe it. But you're never going to know that, and it's always going to bother you because they know that bothers you because you can't come out and say how many consoles, and then you capitalize on it to try to make them lose sales or make people that are insecure about their purchase of a game system give it up or sell it or whatever. Mm-hmm. We all know that, E-Rock. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day with Crap Gamer, man, that dude's he's He's like you said, he's been saying that since the game Quantum Break, and then Phil even told him. He said, "What? You're going to cancel you're going to cancel your pre-order because it's coming to PC?" He actually told him that. Why would you do that? How is it hurting you? How is it hurting you, crap gamer? You know, I was going to call you man, but I'm being nice.
Somebody else can play my toys on their box. It's not fair. What are you, 12?
Yeah. How is it hurting you? Is that hurting you because a PC brother can play Quantum Break? It's not hurting you, brother. It's not. You just wanted a way out so you can go get that PS4 because deep down inside, bro, you're a PlayStation dude. You're a PlayStation dude. You ain't no Xbox dude. You're a PlayStation dude deep down inside. It gave you a way out to say, well, I might as well just get a PlayStation because PlayStation ain't, and they're not putting their games on PC, but ding, 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 ding. Yes, they are. They're putting all their games are going to go on PC. It's inevitable for them to stay afloat, right?
To all these guys that are supposedly leaving Xbox because of this, because of Gears of War Ultimate going to PlayStation 5, somebody said this, and it was a beautiful saying. Somebody said, Xbox is not an airport. You do not need to announce your departure.
That's right.
Just go. Go. We're not going to miss you.
I like that. You know what? If you want to go sell your Xbox, just Unlimited said it perfect on the podcast the other day. That's my brother. He's always on effing fire on the Unlimited Truth. He's not going out there to sell his Xbox. He's not getting rid of all his games. He's not getting rid of all those beautiful controllers that he's added to his collection. He's a diehard Xbox dude at the end of the day, like me, E-Rock. He bought. Big shout out to he bought. He did a great video on what's been going on lately in his car. So go check out brother. He bought the most powerful gamer and tucking all them. Dea, the first lady of Xbox. We are not going anywhere. Others Inc., Sega Forever. We are not going anywhere. We're always going to be Xbox. Xbox is winning. They're playing chess. And guess who's following suit? And guess who's falling into that trap? Sony, PlayStation, and the Sony company. I'm telling you, those dudes are happy for Xbox games. They're not even talking nothing about none of their games.
It's crazy.
In reality, Big B Money, in reality, Crispy Bomb, in reality, Unlimited Productions, PlayStation got no games.
Facts.
PlayStation got no games. They got our games because that's all they talk about. That's all that's in their mouth. Xbox games coming over. Xbox. It's always in their mouth. Now our games are in their mouth. Now they're starting to eat a little bit. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's our game.
They were starving over there.
They're starving like crazy over there. They're starving like Marvin over there, man. But now all they do is talk about, oh man, oh Gears of War, oh I can't believe it. It's going to run 120 frames per second. It's going to run 60 frames per second, bruh. It's been running like that over on the Xbox Series X for years, man. On the Xbox One X, it's been running at 120 frames per second. You guys act brand new, like it's just that's the first time it's ever happening because it's coming to PlayStation. You guys are showing that now it's pathetic, bro. You know what I mean? We've been playing that. We've been enjoying those. We've been enjoying that with the games running at 120 frames per second. If you have the TV, 4K, 60 frames per second on 4K, we've had that. We've been had that. You guys don't. You guys haven't had. You act like it's all brand new. It's all brand new to PlayStation when it's not. That shit is old.
Sega man, do you know what them and the media are all also acting brand new about? Price increases, hikes, price hikes. Yep. Xbox recently announced about a week ago that prices were going to go up, that new games were going to be $80. They also announced an increase on the Xbox consoles. The Xbox Series X, which is now $500, is going to go up by $100, and the Xbox Series S, which is $300, is going to go up by $100. Now, you and I both know that for years, ever since my time on the Welsh Gamers podcast with Microboxer X and the Welsh Gamer, I said that the sweet spot for consoles has always been $300. To go beyond that is crazy. But we are living in different times. We're living in a different era. We're living in an era where the economy is insane. It's going to continue to be insane. It doesn't matter who's in office. Of course, we don't want a lunatic in office. That's what we got. But whether Biden's in office or Obama or Bush, there's this little thing called inflation, right? Eggs
Mhm.
will never be what they were in 1935. Steak will never be what it was in 1955. Back in 1978, you could buy a brand new Camaro IROC Z for $3,000. Now you can't even buy the tire off of a Camaro IROC Z for $3,000. It's called inflation. It is what it is.
Yep.
Xbox has raised their prices, Sega Man. Raised the prices of their console and raised the prices of their games. And now Xbox is bad once again. Xbox is
Yep. Yep.
terrible. It's the
Exactly.
end of gaming.
Yep.
It's gonna cause a gaming crash, Sega Man. How can
Mhm.
Xbox do it? Xbox is evil. Xbox is terrible. Xbox is raising prices. Is going to be the end of gaming as we know it, Sega Man. Xbox raising prices is terrible. It's a catastrophe. It's an
Yep.
outrage.
Yep.
But this past November, when PlayStation announced a $750 PS5 Pro that is no better than the PS5 and is only slightly better resolution, slightly brighter resolution on some games than the Xbox Series X, they had no problem shelling out close to $1,000 for a console with
Yep.
limited power and no stand. They had no problem 2 years ago accepting that Sony PlayStation was raising game prices to $70. They bent over, spread the cheeks, and took it deep. Nintendo has announced that they're releasing the Nintendo Switch 2 for $450. Never mind the fact that it has outdated hardware from 2013 and they're charging $80 for Nintendo games. No one said a peep. Xbox announces price increases and boom, it's the end of gaming. It's going to be the gaming crash of 2025. Xbox is evil. They don't care about us. They're terrible. Sega Man, what are your thoughts on these people who suddenly say that Xbox is bad, PlayStation and Nintendo good? PlayStation and Nintendo, the Japanese had no problem raising their prices. $750 for
Yep.
a PlayStation 5 Pro, which now still has to have quality mode and performance mode for that $750. $70 games, $80 Mario games on Nintendo, but Xbox is bad for raising their prices. Sega Man, what reality are we living in, or is this even reality? Your thought on the Xbox price increases and your thoughts on the hypocrisy out here in these gaming streets.
Man, the reality is, like I said before, wash, rinse, repeat. Rinse, repeat. Because that's all they do, guys. Hey, brother, in the chat, it's wash, rinse, repeat with these dudes out here when it comes to Xbox. And I knew this was coming. E-Rock, he bought all of us. We all knew when this was announced, we knew that this was coming, that it was bad for Xbox to do it. It's a 6-year-old system. Why are they raising it to $600? You know, and they're saying stuff like that, man. Like this stuff doesn't get old. It really doesn't. This stuff doesn't get old, man. They want Xbox. The main thing is they want Xbox to die.
Yep.
That's what it is. They want Xbox to die, and they want the Game Pass to go away because, like I said, and E-Rock has said plenty of times, their companies are never going to give them nothing like this. They're just not. They don't have the money to. They don't have the infrastructure to. They really don't. Nintendo can actually ride out in the gaming streets by itself because they have diehard, dedicated fans that are going to go out and buy that shit over again. And buy some of those games that are new and stuff like that. And they're going to buy it for that price because that's the wise reason why Nintendo did that, because they know that their fan base is going to buy it. That's why it's sold out. That's why it's sold out. They actually came out and said, we're not changing the price. There were Nintendo people that came out and tried to voice their opinion. It's too high. Change your prices. It's too high. Change the price, lower it. They came out and said we're not lowering the price of the Nintendo Switch 2 because they knew
Nintendo said bend over and take it, and they said okay.
Yep, that's right, with no Vaseline, and it's sold out. It's sold out. You can't get it anywhere. I went on my Best Buy just to look at some things, E-Rock on the computer. And the first thing that popped up in big yellow and blue lettering, Nintendo Switch 2 is not available for pre-order. We'll let you know in the future if you can pre-order one, which I'm not, but it just came up and said that. That's the first thing that popped up on their website because it's sold out. It's popular. It's sold out. You know what I mean? And as far as Xbox, we all knew this was coming. Unlimited, everybody. Xbox cannot do nothing right at all. Nothing. It cannot do nothing right at all. It's always bad all the time. These guys live in the 2013 era and they're trying to capitalize on it. Everything that Xbox does is bad. Everything. It doesn't matter what goes on with the price going up, with games going over there that you guys keep talking about, but you guys are buying it though, aren't you? Because that's all you could talk about. But Xbox can never do nothing right. You know what I mean? But I know, and E-Rock knows, and our crew knows, and the chat that be rocking out with Xbox knows that Xbox is winning. They're winning, man. Checkmate.
According to these clowns, what's happening is the price of manufacturing these consoles has gone up. We all know why. We don't want to get into it because we got into it a couple of nights ago on the Unlimited Truth podcast. It got a little political, but we know why. Most Xbox components are built in China and built in Mexico. It's built abroad, right? And so because of price increases and tariffs, the price of the Xbox manufacturing is going to go up. But according to these people like Crab Gamer, BMG, Red Dragon, it's always the usual the suspects. Colin Moriarty's of this world, the Paul Tassi's, Xbox, this $1 trillion company is supposed to eat it on this manufacturing cost. And I maintain that you don't stay a $1 trillion company. You don't stay, if you're Xbox, a $700 billion company by losing money. You just don't. You just don't. It's bad enough that the console itself is a loss leader. Look it up. I know you'll be, PlayStation 5 sold 65 million consoles. Why is it PlayStation never talks about their profits or revenue? They never talk about it. They never release their numbers. Why? Because they're losing money on every PlayStation 5 sold. Probably $500, probably $300. They're probably losing $200 to $300 on every console made. So celebrating selling 65 million consoles, you're celebrating. Every time you celebrate this supposed number of how many consoles they sold, you are celebrating how much money PlayStation has lost. It's the craziest flex. It's the craziest fucking flex I've ever seen with these guys, because they are stuck in this dumb mentality of Genesis does what Nintendo. That was a different era. The Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo costed next to nothing to fucking manufacture, right? And so in this interview in 1997 in GamePro, Sega said, "We don't make money off of the Genesis. We don't." And people couldn't believe them when they said it. We don't make money off the Genesis. We make money off of selling you the cartridges. They said this. We make money off of the games. Oh, Nintendo's doing great. If Nintendo's going so great, why did they have to hurry make a Switch 2? They made a Switch 2 because time is running out on the Switch. These companies have to make money, and you, me, all of us, we are their cash flow. They depend on you to be stupid and go and give Sony $750 for a console. They depend on you to be stupid and give PlayStation $70 for games. But over here at Xbox, the strangest thing is, even though the Xbox games, Sega Man, increased to $80 or will increase to $80, we don't have to pay that. Do you know why? Game Pass. Game Pass. Game Pass. Game Pass negates all of that. Game Pass now is a better proposition than it ever was. And Sega Man, they hate you for it. The Xbox haters hate you with a passion that you have Game Pass. It's all they ever talk about. Game Pass sucks. Game Pass, Game Pass cannibalizes game sales, which we know is bullshit because Call of Duty did better on Game Pass than it ever did. Expedition 33, the RPG that everybody's going crazy about, sold over a million copies. All these games are doing good. They're selling anyway when they come to Game Pass. So, Crispy Bomb. Doom was coming in like a week or some shit. Like, Doom was coming in a week. Crispy Bomb. dude, we eating good over here, man. We eating good over here. Doom is coming in a fucking week, right?
Mhm.
So the Xbox price increases do not affect you if you have Game Pass, but people always need something to yell about, to holler about, Sega Man. They always need something to bitch about, and it's just how it is. But the whole thing about the Unlimited Truth podcast and the Exile podcast is we try to sit down with Xbox gamers like yourselves in the chat in the comment section and try to have a conversation. And we're not sitting, oh, you guys are coping. What do we got to cope about? Again, we eating good over here. We are not over there at PlayStation waiting for some other company's scraps. We're not
Yep.
waiting for your games from yesterday. We got our own shit. We got new IPs. We're still waiting on Perfect Dark Zero. We're still waiting on Contraband. We're still waiting on Clockwork Revolution. We're eating good over here, bro. And dig this, Sega Man. The Xbox Game Show in June hasn't happened yet. What will they do when that show happens?
No,
What
no.
what kind of meltdowns will happen when that show happens? Because Xbox has been all in the news for years now. It's been no PlayStation news. It's been nothing but games are getting canceled, right? They're getting Naughty Dog is canceling games. Games are getting canceled or delayed. It's grim over there. So of course they're jumping at our scraps. Of course they're jumping at, oh, I can't wait to get your games. I would too. You don't have nothing. You don't have nothing over. Well, Crispy Bomb, I know what you're saying. A $2 to $3 trillion company can eat the cost. But here's the thing, Crispy Bomb. Business is something I know a very little bit about. I wish I had unlimited production here or even other zinc, but you will not stay a $2 to $3 trillion company by eating the cost on manufacturing. You won't. You won't. You won't, Crispy Bomb. And then what's going to happen is Satya Nadella and Phil's going to get called in by the board of directors, right? And the board, you think, yeah, it's bad time to eat the cost. The board of directors are going to be like, you know what? We lost too much money last quarter. We need to look for a new CEO. We need to look for a new head of Xbox. That's what happens. It happens time and time and time and time and time again. You lose too much money, and your board of directors start looking for a new boss. Like it is, yeah. He's saying, not that I am saying this as a big shareholder, saying I understand that. I understand what you're saying, man.
Yep.
But you have to remember, Crispy Bomb, a company's primary goal is not just to make revenue, but profits. Fuck revenue. Revenue is great. The shareholders want to see profits. And why are you buck dancing for these shareholders? I'm not. I don't have any skin in the game. I'm the end user. I am the lowly. I know Xbox don't give a fuck about me. Like PlayStation don't give a fuck about y'all. And Nintendo don't give a damn about you clowns. I know Phil Spencer don't give a fuck. Phil Spencer don't even know who the fuck I am. I wish Sarah Bond knew who I was. She's fine as shit. But like, I am the end user. Okay? They don't know me from Adam. All they want is my $21 a month for Game Pass. And I'm good with that. I'm good with that because they saving me about $900 a year in games I wouldn't have to buy. And you had a dude in Unlimited Productions chat a couple of nights ago was you weren't there, Sega Man. This dude was shaming me for saving money. This dude was shaming me for saving money. Like, well, you should get a better you should get a better job and you should have made better decisions like since you could afford games. And I said, nigga, first thing first, why are you pocket watching me? why are you worried about what I do with my pockets, right?
Yeah, why?
Why are you worried about what I do? This isn't the same conversation as me and Sega Man had 5 years ago when Xbox was supposedly going to raise the price of Game Pass. And we said, look, guys, if you can't afford gaming, you can either get out or get a job mowing lawns, right? That was a different conversation.
Yep.
This is about, okay, me and Sega Man found a way to save thousands of dollars on groceries. We got other bills, and we're gonna take that option to save thousands of dollars on groceries. It's the same thing with gaming. Me and Sega Man and Unlimited Production and Xbox gamers found an out to save us from paying $80 for games, and we took it. What the fuck is you mad for? Oh, I get it. You're mad because PlayStation and Nintendo isn't giving you that out. You're mad because you gotta pay $70 for Spider-Man 2, which was garbage. You're mad because you gotta pay $80 for Returnal, which was garbage. I see. I get it. I get it. I understand. You're mad because Xbox is consumer friendly and these other companies aren't. Well, raising the prices to $80 wasn't a consumer friendly move. No, it isn't a consumer friendly move for you PlayStation gamers. But for us Xbox gamers, we eating good over here because we got Game Pass.
Right.
Think of man, it's so simple that I don't even know why we have to explain this, so I'm not going to.
Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to explain. I gotta tell you guys something, man. It's time for you guys to go out and get a job. Okay. I want you to go get a job, right? And I want you to go to your nearest Home Depot or Lowe's and purchase yourself a nice Lawn Boy lawnmower. Start cutting that grass. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that because you got to pay full price for every Xbox game that you get over there. So go out, invest in a Murray lawnmower. It's cheap. You can get a Murray, man. Man. Start cutting them lawns, man. Start taking your ass out there, walking up and down the streets, and see if anybody needs their lawn cut and save up your money. Because you guys are the stupidest, actingest people on the planet. You can have it so easy. All you have to do, you can cut 1 yard and get 1 month of Ultimate Game Pass. Right? And you don't even have to have an Xbox, man. You don't even have to have an Xbox, man. You could play it on your TV on your 4K Amazon Fire Stick. How does Sega Man know? Because I got one for Christmas and I downloaded the app on there and I tried it out and it works perfect.
Nice.
I tried it out. All you do is got to sync your controller with your Amazon Fire Stick. That's all you have to do. And it works just fine. I didn't have no problems with it because I just wanted to try it out and it works just fine. And if you have a laptop, you can go and get your Game Pass on Ultimate Game Pass for PC. You know what I mean? If you don't want a Series X, you can still get a Series Xbox One S or like a Series S. Really, it's higher now, but you're saving a lot of money. You're saving a lot of money with Ultimate Game Pass, man. Not paying $80 a pop for games. Only games I want, E-Rock, and you know this. I'll pay the price for games I want physical, like Gears,
of course,
Halo, and Forza and stuff like that. Of course, I'm going to do that. But there's a lot of games on Game Pass, guys, that I might be like, well, let me try it out first. Like a game that I like called Sniper Elite.
Yes,
I didn't want to go out and buy it. I said, let me download this on my Ultimate Game Pass. Enjoyed it and beat the hell out of it, and I actually started playing it over again.
That's what Game Pass is for.
Right, and I liked it that much. Brother E, South of Midnight, when I bought that $10 deal where you get to play it before it comes out, I actually beat the game before it came out.
Wow.
That's how much I was into it. I paid the $10, and I think the day of it coming out, I beat it. Because I kept playing it every morning, and I beat it. I got really immersed in South of Midnight. It's a fantastic game.
It's a masterpiece, man.
It's a masterpiece, and to me, it has game of the year. Not for the Bias Awards because he's not going to do it. The Bias Awards, you're not going to see that type of game, and you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, E-Rock. I don't have to play it. I don't have to. But that type of game is not going to win Game of the Year, and we all know it. But it's a top contender. It's a beautiful, awesome game about the South and the lore of fantasy that goes on down in the South and things that like the voodoo doll that's in it that reminds you of it's the black version of Voodoo Vince and stuff. It's an awesome game, and some people downed it because of you know why, E-Rock. I'm not going to say anything. You know why, and saying that people are like that today because any game that we ever played. We never did that. I didn't go and get mad because we played. Okay, let's say. Let's just use a game for an example. Let's use what's that game called with that one guy that everybody likes? It's that stealth game.
Oh shit.
Metal Gear Solid. Let's just
Metal
say
Gear
Metal
Solid.
Gear. Let's say Metal Gear Solid, right? Uh, I'm not going to. I'm not going to say, "Oh man, I don't want to play as that. I don't want to play as him because he's a white dude, man. Oh man, I don't like this game, man. I don't want to play
We
as
just,
that. Or if he's a girl, she's a white woman. I don't want to play it. Be elite. You know what I mean?
we just played games back then. We just played
Right.
games back then. Now every time there's a black person in a game, to them the game is either woke or. And I gotta be honest with you, Sega man. I gotta be honest with you. Now I didn't mean to cut you off. I've been playing these games for 40 years, man and boy. Right? I'm
Yeah.
tired of always playing as the same white person. I'm tired of always playing as either the Chinese girl with the big sword or the Chinese guy with spiky hair with the big sword or the ninja. So to see somebody that looks like, me or in South of Midnight Hazel, who's this beautiful black girl. I love her character model. I love the way they made her look.
Yeah.
I'm with it, man. Give us some different shit. Like in Assassin's Creed Shadows, man, the samurai in it is this black dude named Yasuke, and he's badass. I actually play
Yeah.
with him more because you have a choice to play. It's either him or this Asian girl who's a ninja. The Asian girl who's a ninja is badass, but the Chinese, the samurai dude who's black is badass. He be just straight beheading motherfuckers and chopping motherfuckers in half. Yo, he's awesome. I am glad we're finally seeing black characters and Asian characters in video games. And look, the racism is out here. The racism is overt. It is what it is, man. But what Sega Man is saying is, look at all the freedom he has to pick what he wants to buy, when he wants to buy it. That's a win-win, Sega Man. That's a win-win.
It's definitely a win-win. And I want everybody out here to know it's rocking out with me and E-Rock. We are not, and I'm going to say it again, my crew, my whole crew, and that we rock out with, we are not racist. We are not prejudiced, okay? You have to understand everybody's perspective and point of view and their thoughts on gaming. We've been playing gaming like that since we were kids. I always identified with like little Chinese guys beating up in fighting games. And the white guy, the white guys like Rambo, Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger. We were used to stuff like that because that's just the way games were back then. It's just the way it was. You know what I mean? So we're not out here trying to like be hateful or anything like that. It has nothing to do with it. Okay, gaming there should not be no kind of politics in gaming. In my opinion. There should not be no politics. Do not bring politics in gaming because if you're going to do that, then that's just wrong. Politics does not belong in gaming. Okay, it just doesn't. If you want to do politics, and talk and do a politics show. It doesn't belong in gaming, in my opinion. This is one thing that we got to get to escape from politics and racism and different things like that is gaming. That's why a lot of people game to escape reality.
Yes, it's an escape.
And that's what we do. Shout out to NWO Prime that's in the building. What's up, big brother?
Damn.
NWO Prime, the higher sanctimonies in the building. What's up, brother?
Talk about a blast from the past. What's up, NWO Prime?
NWO Prime. Much respect to NWO Prime, man. Thanks for coming and joining me and E-Rock in the podcast, brother. Much respect to you, man. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're in good health, man. You're doing good, man. Keep doing those videos, brother. You know what I mean? So there's an OG right there, guys. For example, NWO Prime is an OG. Got every system, plays on the PC, Xbox. He had PlayStations. So this dude knows exactly what we're talking about. Big shout out to the OG NWO Prime. But brother E-Rock, man, it's not being racist. And I try to tell people, I'm like, look, man, it's not about racism at all. But if you're going to be a gamer, all right, respect games from other ethnicities that come out. It doesn't even have to be a Black American game. It can be a Dominican game. It can be like I guess a game from, let's say, Eskimo. Like if an Eskimo person wants to make a game, or a Native American, like a Blackfoot Indian or Cherokee or whatever. And they have made games like that, but they don't really get a lot of shine. They don't. We've played games like that. We've gave them shine, but it's not going to get more shine like Grand Theft Auto, right? You're never going to see none of those games like South of Midnight get the respect and get that shine like what? Grand Theft Auto Vice City or something like that. You know what I mean? It's never going to happen. I mean, I want it to happen, but it's not going to happen. That's why gaming is for everybody. It's for everybody. And you should enjoy gaming, not because the guy or woman is black or Dominican. Enjoy the game because you're a gamer and you like gaming. It doesn't matter what goddamn color that your character is at the end of the day. It doesn't matter, man. Just play the game and enjoy the game. Why you want to get upset because you're playing as a black woman? That doesn't make any sense. Or a white woman. That does not make any sense, man. I'm playing the game. I'm enjoying the game. You know what I mean? Like Hellblade. You get mad, this, that, and all that. You got mad because Kate on Gears 5 was a woman. You got pissed. You want Marcus to just stay there. No, with Halo. You got mad at Halo 5 because the brother was the lead in there. Come on, man. That's not right. That's not right. Halo's letting you know the other lores in the world of Halo. You know what I mean? With the brother being in there and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Nobody's trying to take nothing away from Master Chief. It's a different part of Halo, brother. If you like Halo, you're going to play the game for what Halo is, not the character, man.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Well, Sega man, those are good points, man. You always bring the fire, man. Sega man, before we go, because we have to wrap up because you have to go to work soon. Yesterday, the internet shut down again. Well, it didn't really shut down this time, not like we thought it was going to shut down, not the way it shut down when Xbox announced that Gears Ultimate was coming to PlayStation 5, and not the way it shut down when Xbox does anything. Xbox could sneeze or wipe their ass, and the entire internet just shuts down and goes in a frenzy. But a trailer was released yesterday. A trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6. I was not counting the days. I was not paying attention to time. But it has been 500 days, which means the last time we saw a trailer from Grand Theft Auto 6 was December 2023. It has been 500 days. The GTA 6 trailer dropped yesterday, and it featured plenty of bikes, plenty of explosions, plenty of booms, and plenty of Cuban booty. Lost their minds. Did you see the trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6? What did you think? And is it justified that this game wants $100? Long before any tariffs were announced, Rockstar people told you this game is $100. They told us this years ago. So, Sega man, what are your thoughts on the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer? I liked it. I like the fact that the main character is this gorgeous Cuban chick with a fat ass. And I'm looking forward to fully getting behind her and supporting her. So, Sega man, what are your thoughts on Grand Theft Auto 6?
Oh, man, let me tell you something, E-Rock, because I definitely, after I'm done telling you, because I'm going to be short and sweet with it, because I know Brother E-Rock, I want to hear definitely his raw feelings on it, period, because he does so well with that. But, when he talks about gaming, especially when it comes to like a big game from Rockstar, like Grand Theft Auto, I'm going to tell you something, man. I know they want to talk about the tariffs and different things like that, but $100, I mean, that's if it's going to be $100, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Now, I like the Grand Theft Auto games. My favorite game is San Andreas. I like Grand Theft Auto.
CJ Johnson.
That's right. But for me, E-Rock, and I'm going to tell the Xbox brothers out there that are still with us, 10 deep, thank you for staying with me, Brother E-Rock. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to buy the new Grand Theft Auto at $100. I'll wait. Maybe I'll wait a while. I'm going to see what my brother's opinions are about it, like Unlimited Productions, E-Rock. I'm pretty sure he bought it and the family's going to get it. And I'm going to hear what they have to say about it. I'm not a big, huge, how people say, like, to me, Sega man, I'm not really a big, huge Gears fan, man. So I'm not going to go out and buy E-Day. You know what I'm saying? I'll do it on Game Pass. I'll wait till a price drop, Well, that's how I am about Grand Theft Auto, man.
I got you.
I'm happy that it's coming out. There's a lot of people that are excited. because it's a huge game. Now, on the other hand, if it was the new Red Dead Redemption, I would buy that because I'm
I
more
feel
into
you.
Red Dead Redemption. I'm
I
way
feel you.
more into Red Dead Redemption more than Grand Theft Auto. But I seen the trailer too. The trailer 2 was even done. It was fantastic. Graphically, it was a graphical masterpiece to look at. It looked really awesome. It's leaps and bounds ahead. You could see the new technology in it. I think it used Unreal Engine 5, right?
I think
Or is it a different
I'm not.
engine?
I'm not sure if Rockstar's using their old engine. I'm not sure. I have to look that up. I don't think it's
Yeah.
under. It doesn't look like Unreal Engine 5.
Okay, so they have their own engine, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but anyways, even if they're not using Unreal Engine 5, it looks great. It looks great, man. And I'm happy for people that are Grand Theft Auto fans because I mean, man, that's a diehard game there, brother. And a lot of people are still playing the Grand Theft Auto 5. There's still a lot of people.
Man, for like fucking 11 years or some shit.
Yeah,
God.
yeah, man. So you know what? They probably know they can get $100, and that's fine. I understand because people got to also understand it's a lot of money to make these games today. It really is a lot of money, bro.
This game is costing them 500 million. This
Yeah,
shit is ridiculous.
and E-Rock, video games have surpassed, I believe, the movie business, bro.
Yeah. I said we look. We said this a long time ago in the Exile podcast. I don't know who I was talking to, whether it was Bone or I don't know who it was. I said, movies, entertainment, television, and games are the same thing. They're intertwined. But
Yeah,
I do believe the gaming is surpassing movies now, and it's
yeah,
going to surpass movies, not just in revenue, but in mass acceptance. And
yeah,
Grand Theft Auto 5, it has been a beast for people who've been playing this shit for. Listen, this was an Xbox 360, PlayStation 5 game, right? And
yeah.
it has been people have been playing it for like over a decade. So this game is going to be huge. Um, I think the hype is justified. I don't like that Rockstar takes like a decade to make new games,
Yeah.
but like you know, I don't know, $100 is kind of cheap. You're going to have to look at this. People are going to be looking at Grand Theft Auto 6 as a luxury purchase because that's what games are now. They're a luxury, like
Well,
having a
what do you think, E-Rock, brother? I mean, do you honestly think it's worth $100?
for what they. I really don't think no game is worth $80 or $100,
Yeah.
but 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 they how can I? They really Rockstar has a pedigree, and they've made a really compelling argument for themselves to charge $100 for their software. Do I
Mm-hmm.
think it's worth it? No. Do I think it's justified? Yes. Do I like it? No. I don't like the rabbit hole that we're going down by charging $80 and $100 for games. I do not
Uh-huh.
like it. So
Uh-huh.
that makes something like South of Midnight at $45, or that makes something like uh, the hated Ubisoft charging $48 a couple of years ago for Assassin's Creed Mirage, or it makes Expedition 33 only being $50, or today the release of, by the way, a game that Hebot's been talking about for years, Captain Blood at $22.
Yep.
Captain Blood, guys, check it out. It's a game that's been in development for like I don't know 20 fucking years. It was canceled. It was an Xbox, OG Xbox game that's been upgraded for current gen consoles, and it looks like an Xbox One game, but it's fun. Captain
Yep.
Blood is $22. I don't care how many bills you got; it's not going to hurt your pockets. So I like it when games come at a price point that makes sense. You know what I mean, Second Man.
And
So
Rock, you
if
can also download the demo, Captain Blood.
yeah, but I think Rockstar is looking at Grand Theft Auto 6 as a premium product. Second
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
I don't know if you go to concerts anymore, but a concert ticket is $100 to the good. A
Oh yeah.
hundred bucks to the good. $100 to the good, man.
Yeah.
So like they're looking at these shits now as like a premium experience. I'm just hoping that the rest of the gaming industry don't follow suit and start saying, "Yo, the next fucking Call of Duty gonna be $100." So I'm like, damn, yo, where's this going? I
Yeah.
don't think it's going to lead to a gaming crash. Not yet. I don't think anything's going to lead to a gaming crash because it's too many people out here that's willing to fork over the cash to keep
Yep.
these guys afloat. It's
Yep.
not like it was back in 1983 where it was just shovelware coming out by the thousands for the Atari and for whatever other console was out there. It's not like it was when Toys R Us and all these manufacturers were like, yo, man, we got 1,000 boxes of Atari cartridges out here. How the fuck we gonna get rid of this shit? How
Yep.
the fuck we look? The retailers do not send Best Buy Xboxes and PlayStations and say, well, we got to sit here and wait till they sell them. No, no, no. Best Buys and the Walmart buys them out front. So they have to get rid of them however they see fit. And so they couldn't get rid of all those Atari cartridges. So that's why the video game industry crashed for about a year or two, or a year maybe. I don't see a crash happening because we have Steam, we have digital sales. Gaming is viable. Gaming is wonderful. Game Pass is what's up. But as far as Rockstar, I think they're looking at Grand Theft Auto 6 as a premium product. I think the $100 is justified. I don't like it. God damn, $100 for a fucking game, man! You better, you better be able to fuck that girl in that game. This game better have nudity. All right, let's just get right to it. This game better have nudity. It better have gunfire. It better have butt sex. It better have everything in it for $100. Yo, it better have drinking and driving in it. You know what I mean? You should be able to get behind the car drunk and kill people. Yo, for $100, I want to wild the fuck out, Sega man. Yo,
Yep.
yo, like real rap. Like $100 is a lot of goddamn money. I want to wild the fuck out. And they're looking at Grand Theft Auto 6 as being a premium product that you're going to play until, I don't know, 2033 or some shit like that. So, and knowing Rockstar, that's exactly how long you'll be playing it, until 2035. But
Yep.
yeah, it was a good trailer. I'm looking forward to it. I'm still iffy on the price, but it is what it is. But Sega man, it's been a wild week in gaming, and it's not over because next week Doom drops, Doom the Dark Ages drops, and we are now just a few weeks away from Xbox's game show. Hopefully, we'll do a watch along on the Unlimited Truth podcast where we'll have our reactions. But Sega man, give us your final thoughts, man, so you can get out of here.
Well, check it out, brother. I still got a little bit of time
Okay.
till 12. So if you want more, do you want to answer any of our brothers in the chat? Some of the things they're saying, like NWO Prime and them.
Well, let's answer a few questions in the chat and then get out of here because I gotta get who lunch. You know, I'm still on the clock. I'm
Okay.
on the clock around the clock. But
So-
yeah, let's answer a few questions and then get out of here.
So what does NWO Prime said? I put it up here. Do you see it?
He says technically you can stream the new Xbox games on Xbox One if they can. That's right. That's right.
That's right. You
I
can.
did not know that. That's crazy.
Yep. There's always ways to play the games.
I did not know that. Well, NWO Prime, you can stream the new Xbox games on Xbox One if you can. But how do they look though?
That's
That's crazy.
That's the thing, E-Rock. It might not look as great. E-Rock. The thing is, it's Microsoft with those games. You still get to play those games if you want to be in the ecosystem.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, sorry, Tuck, brother. I couldn't send you an invite, man. It was just a short podcast we did today. I'll get back with you, though, brother. We'll try something on the weekend, man. And then
Speaking of Tuck, what are you busting, Sega man? Sega man be busting the grub all the time. What you got? What you got, man? Some pig feet and rice from Chicken Foot Charlie's. What you busting back there, man?
no pig feet, bro.
No pig feet.
Some little nutty buddy bars, you know, the little.
Oh, they the shit. Yeah, I remember them. Yeah, they the shit. Yeah, Nutty Buddy from Nabisco, right? They the shit.
Yeah, man, that's like a little snack. Because I didn't want to really. I make lunch for work, brother. I don't like to eat a lot when I'm at home. I eat the breakfast. I might eat lunch sometimes, but I just like to eat really breakfast then dinner at work. You know what I mean?
I got you. Unlimited production. You're 100% right. We were told to make original content. If we wanted to play as black people, they did it. We did it, and they still bitch. I know. This is who they are, man. This is who they are. They bitch about everything, and I'm like, I try to get. If I see videos come in my YouTube feed about people bitching about shit, I try to get them up out of there. I try to delete watch history because, like, I want to see people talk about shit they enjoy, not talk about shit they hate. And it's just too much hate in gaming and entertainment. And it's tiring, man. It's exhausting. It's exhausting.
Yeah, it is. It really is, man. The problem with what's he say? Unlimited. The problem with politics and gaming is that they made.
Oh, yeah, he's right. The problem with no politics in gaming is that they made it political when they bashed Yasuke because he's black. We
Yep.
didn't start it, they did. Good point, Unlimited. Good point. Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
And, and
Real
Yasuke is a badass character too.
Real quick, Erock, why all the hate for that? Like really, man. What's the big deal of him being a black samurai? I don't I mean, what's
Because,
I mean, what's the problem?
because he's a black character and they don't want to play as black people. Simple as that. They don't want to play as black people. That's all it is. It has nothing to do with any shit they said. Well, he's not historically accurate. He is historically accurate. There was a black samurai named Yasuke. If Japan didn't want that getting out, they shouldn't have fucking released the information about 120 years ago, whenever the fuck it was. There was a black samurai named Yasuke, and that's factual, right? So they just don't want to play as black people. The same thing they bitched about Assassin's Creed Shadows, or the same people saying that fucking South of Midnight is woke. Now, Sega man, I've been playing South of Midnight for about 3 weeks. I haven't finished it. I haven't encountered one thing woke yet. Have you?
Nope, not one. So what are they talking about?
There is nothing to talk about. It's just their racism is coming out. You know, certain people in public office have allowed people to raise their racist flag, and they're doing it. Linux says, "What do you guys think of shows getting ruined and getting changed to black people's?" Okay, what he's saying is, some shows they'll take a character that was white and race swap it to a black person. Now that stuff I don't agree with. Look, okay. Listen, Linux. There's a lot of gray area there. Okay, I'm never going to agree with the dudes who are sitting here bitching about Rings of Power because they had a black dwarf and a black elf. I'm never going to agree with that shit because Rings of Power, especially season 2, to my opinion, was an awesome fucking show. Especially season 2. I'm not one of them dudes that's on this shit. Oh, it's not Tolkien and there were black elves or black dwarves. I'm like, dude, they don't exist. There's no real elves. There's no real dwarves. This shit don't exist. It's fucking fantasy, right? So I don't mind that as much as I mind something like Warner Brothers saying, okay, we're going to remake the Harry Potter. We're going to redo Harry Potter, which should be untouchable because the Harry Potter movies is like one of the greatest franchises ever. We're one of the greatest British cast ever. They got lucky and caught lightning in a bottle for 10 years with that casting. Okay. What I don't agree with is Warner Brothers saying, okay, even though you didn't ask for it, we're going to do a Harry Potter reboot as a TV series, and we're going to keep it as true to the books as possible. And then they cast a black actor as one of the main characters, even though that character is a white person, and it says so in the book that person is white. Now that kind of shit, I'm like, yo, fuck that. That's corny. It's corny. It's corny because now you're basically telling us what you were going to do. You wanted to recast Harry Potter and make it for modern audiences. So that shit, Linux, I don't agree with. I don't agree with them fucking with Harry Potter. I think Harry Potter is sacred. I think if you wanted to do Harry Potter, you should have did it like Hogwarts Legacy and did it in a different era. But I don't mind there being black dwarves in Lord of the Rings. What I mind is you race swapping major characters. Like nobody wants to see Rocky race swapped. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to. We love Rocky. We don't want to see that, right? Nobody wants to see fucking Captain Kirk. Captain Kirk is now an Asian homosexual. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Captain Kirk is sacred. You leave him alone. But Hollywood don't think the same way that we think. And maybe eventually, if Hollywood loses enough money, they'll wake the fuck up and learn to leave these characters alone. So yeah, that's a gray area, Linux. It's a gray area. Some of you guys are right with your arguments. Some of you are wrong. That's all I'm going to say. Big Bunny says, what do y'all think Xbox going to put games on Game Pass at the Xbox Showcase this June? Oh man, Xbox going to go all out this June. We're going to see Contraband, I think. We're going to see Clockwork Revolution. I'm hoping to see Perfect Dark. yo, man, E- Xbox's future. When we did the Exile podcast, we said a lot of things. Because PC, our reach isn't as big as Crap Gamers or Zaire's
Yeah,
or Kid Smooths. So a lot of the shit we said fell on deaf ears. Like there's a paradigm shift, a change in the way that gaming business is done. Like Unlimited Production saying that we're not in the console wars anymore. We're in the content wars. So when I said 5 years ago, after Xbox had bought Activision and Bethesda 4 years ago, however long it was, I said Xbox is leveraged for the next 30 years. What I meant by that is they have so many games in the pipeline from just the original Xbox studios. Remember, they had 23 studios before they bought Activision. They had 23 studios before they bought Bethesda. But now that they bought Activision and Bethesda, they got a pipeline of games for 30 years. All you got to do, big money, as a Game Pass subscriber is sit back and wait. And you ain't even really got to wait because every day you wake up, is some new shit popping in Game Pass. Like
yep,
today, like Sega said, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is in there. You may
yep,
not like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but somebody do.
yep. I do.
You see, somebody like the motherfuckers. I remember back when they showed up that cartoon back in 1990. And my niece Renata was like, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I was like, man, shut up. Fuck you and your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I had no idea that shit was gonna blow up. See, she goes to show what I know. I had no idea they was gonna make a movie out of that shit with Vanilla Ice, and I had no idea that Ninja Turtles was gonna be this fucking franchise for 35 years. Goes to
Yep,
show what I know. But
yep.
yeah, man, like yo, Xbox is leveraged for the next 30 years, man. Like Game Pass is where it's at, dude. And eventually the rest of the world is going to catch on. Eventually everybody's going to catch on. They're just fighting it right now, guys. Rain G4, they're just fighting it. Like when Netflix came, Blockbuster Video was like, man, look, ain't no way people going to stream movies. People want to go out to a store and rent their DVDs and movies, right? And we all know how that went, right? Instacart. You know, people ain't nobody going to order somebody to go shop for them and bring their groceries. Then COVID happened. Now everybody using Instacart, right? Things change, man. It's the
Yep.
never. But you know, the main opposition we get from PlayStation fans is they want Game Pass on PlayStation. They don't have it, so they hate you for having it. That's all. That's all
Yep.
it is. Sega.
So that is E-Rock. E-Rock hit that right on the head. That is what it is. They're envy about that. But the thing is, it's so easy about it though, E-Rock.
Go buy
Nigga,
Xbox.
and buy it, man. If you why you got to be mad because Rain G4 got Ultimate Game Pass or Big B Money or any or me or E-Rock or Hebot or anybody? Why you got to
I
be mad?
mean, not
Like,
just mad,
what?
pissed, Sega man, pissed.
Yeah,
You should see the fucking vitriol. Oh, you Xbox are coping. You Xbox are denial. Oh, we got all your games. Oh, Game Pass sucks. Oh, Game Pass this game. Like, yo, what the fuck is the matter with y'all? Go
yeah.
outside, touch some grass, or get laid, man.
He's
Live life. Jesus.
they're they're really reaching E-Rock coping, saying coping and drifters and like they're just really reaching when it comes to that, man.
It's going down on Twitter. I didn't even be on there. It's going down with they are going through it, man. So I can only imagine what's gonna happen at this damn show in June. Like,
Y'all,
yo, Phil, don't do nothing else to hurt these motherfuckers, man. Because it's probably a PlayStation dude somewhere loading up his fucking high powered rifle, saying, "Man, if Phil Spencer show one more game, somebody going down." Like, yo, these niggas is wilding, man.
I'm a
Oh
kid.
my.
Yeah, I mean,
These dudes is crazy. But Sega, man, anything else, man? Because we got to get on out of here, man.
one more thing before we go. I want to ask you a question. Now,
Yeah.
this doesn't really have to do, but I want your opinion on it. This doesn't have to do with gaming, but it kind of does because it's in the lore of that. What do you think, E-Rock? Because I've seen a little trailer of it. What do you think about Robert Downey Jr. being Doctor Doom?
I
Yeah,
really don't know what they're doing over there. I can't really comment on it. I don't know
I
what their plans
don't.
are. I gave up on the MCU in 2015 after
Yeah,
Avengers Age of Ultron. So I really can't tell you what's going on over there. I don't know what they're doing. I think it has something to do with I don't know if he's the real Doctor Doom. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, really?
Because because the real Doctor Doom is a dictator from Latvia with a metal suit. He's a mastermind. He is a Fantastic Four villain. He's one of the chief villains in the Marvel universe, and he's one of the few motherfuckers in the MCU who could outsmart this all-powerful being called the Beyonder. So Doctor Doom is a fucking badass, right?
Yeah.
So I really don't know what they're doing, Robert Downey Jr. I tapped out on the MCU 10 years ago. My thing was like, look, if y'all not gonna take this shit seriously, I can't take you seriously. If every movie's gotta be jokey and humor and you're not gonna take this shit seriously, I started tapping out when in Iron Man 3 they promised us this villain called the Mandarin, and it really wasn't a Mandarin. Now only you OG Iron Man fans who watched the cartoon back in '94 know the Mandarin was the shit. So when it wasn't a Mandarin, I was like, okay, this is bullshit. You can say whatever you want about DC, but when they promised you Darkseid, they gave you fucking Darkseid. When they promised you General Zod, they gave you fucking General Zod. So like when Marvel started getting jokey and Marvel, I think after Captain America, the Winter Soldier, and Guardians of the Galaxy, that was the best of that franchise.
Yeah.
It started going haywire since then. There's been some pleasant surprises. Like I know a lot of folks like that Black Panther. I like the Spider-Man No Way Home, but Marvel they've made 37 movies in like 11 or they made 37 movies in like 13 years or 14 years. That's a lot. 37 movies, and I'll say only about 7 or 8 of them been any goddamn good. You're not going to sit here and tell me that Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings was good. You're not going to sit here and tell me that the Marvels was good. You're not going to sit here and tell me the Thunderbolts was good. You can eat a bag of dicks, right? So DC's worst, which everybody claims is 2016 Suicide Squad, is better than any of that crap Marvel been putting out the last couple of years. So I really can't tell you what they're doing. I don't know whether Marvel's moving into phase 4 or phase 5 or phase 20. God damn. Sega Man, sometimes it's good for some shit to go away. The Harry Potter franchise, it went away. The DCEU, it went away. It's okay. You don't have to keep doing Doctor Who. Like, if James Bond is done, all right, then we enjoyed him. Our grandfathers, our uncle, okay. And that's what I was telling other Zinc about Gears of War. Gears of War should have one last chapter, one last hurrah, where the boys defeat the Locust and go out on a high note. Why keep dragging it out year after year? Halo, I know if Zinc was here, he'd have a stroke. Halo should have one grand finale for the Master Chief and go out on top. And you know why? You know why, Sega Man?
Yeah.
You want to go out before you're casting Robert Downey Jr. as Master Chief. Okay? That's why you want to go the fuck out before you're casting Robert Downey Jr. as fucking Doctor Doom. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah.
No when to call it a night, MCU. Know when to call it a night. Jesus, the fucking Thunderbolts? Who the fuck? Like, what? Like, that'd be like DC putting together a team with fucking Calendar Man and fucking Zigzag Man. Oh wait, they already did that. It was called James Gunn's Suicide Squad. So like it gets to a point where this shit is so fucking redundant and stupid. Now I will say one thing. Did you see the trailers for this shit called the Fantastic Four?
Yeah, I seen it.
That looks interesting only because it's set in the 60s. That looks like that might be Marvel trying to get back into form, but I don't know, man. And how many times are they going to drag out poor Hugh Jackman? Good God. That motherfucker got more wrinkles on his face than I got on my balls. Dude, it's time for you to retire, dude. I love Hugh Jackman. He's the fucking dude, but Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
He should have called it quits after X-Men Days of Future Past. Now that was a banger. Did you ever see that? X-Men Days of Future Past?
No, I didn't see that one. No.
Oh my gosh. Sega Man, listen. The two movies are X-Men First Class and X-Men Days of Future Past. Oh my God, dude. Those were the two best X-Men movies ever. That's when Marvel was at its best, right? After that, the shit just went haywire. But anyway, I digress. I don't know what they're doing with Robert Downey Jr. The costume looks crazy. His Doctor Doom costume looks crazier than this nigga that's got on this motherfucking Superman. This new Superman, look, he got his costume from Halloween Adventure. Like, what the fuck is this shit? So I don't know, man. I'm not going to go see that bullshit neither. Superman, like, yeah, you kiss my ass. I'll wait for that shit to come to the street.
Bro, that's why they're being cheap, man.
Yeah.
With wardrobe and costumes and shit, man, it's making the movie look bad. You have to put the quality in there, bro.
Yeah.
Convinced, they ain't doing that. They don't care.
People like to talk shit about the DCEU all they want, but fucking Henry Cavill looked like fucking Superman. Ben Affleck looked like fucking Batman. Hell, shit, George Clooney looked like Batman, even though he had nipples on his chest. This nigga looked like fucking Batman. I don't know what this shit is they got going on now. It's like these niggas is bad cosplay. It's bad cosplay, say Sega Man. And I'm not paying $8 to go see this shit.
Nope. You got to make it look, bro. You have like the first Iron Man. That was good.
That was badass. Yeah, that was badass. Iron Man 1, that was badass. Yeah. I even liked the Incredible Hulk with that dude. I forgot who played him. The second Incredible Hulk movie, that was pretty. Edward Norton, that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was good.
I liked the first two Captain America movies. They were fucking awesome. I liked the first Avengers, even though it was silly as shit. I liked Guardians of the Galaxy. Then for me, after that, Marvel just started getting too many jokes, too many. I like my superhero shit a little bit more serious, like DC. DC is serious. Like it's this shit on HBO Max called Creature Commandos. That shit is badass. I wasn't expecting that shit to be that good. Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's hard for me, E-Rock. I mean, people always ask me, Sega Man, what kind of movies and what do you like? And I said, well, my crew, they're mostly into DC and superheroes and all that. I like Marvel. I've always liked it, Marvel. But when they ask me what type I like, and I tell them, and I give them my opinion, they get like like this guy at work. He likes horror movies like I do, but I'm an OG horror movie flick. I like the shit from the 80s. And the 90s looked real. Like when a creature came and snapped your head off with its claws, you seen blood squirt out, and you seen the head rolling on the ground and the eyes moving, stuff like that. Okay? This stuff today is all CGI, and I tried to explain to him. I said, man, he said, hey, Tom, what'd you think about the new Salem's Lot? I said, man, this white dude. I said, man, that movie sucked balls, bro. That movie was fucking terrible. And then my other coworker, Holmesy, he's laughing his ass off, and he got a little down about, well, I thought it was pretty good. I said, man, if you liked it, that's cool. But bro, I'm a gore fan. I have gore movies on Blu-ray, 4K, bro. I'm a gore fan. I like this shit today. They're cheapening out because it's expensive to make all that stuff, like the thing with the puppeteer thing and like
yeah.
It's expensive, and I understand what they're trying to do, but at the same time, they're not putting the quality into the CGI. You can tell it's fake. It looks like a sci-fi TV show or like that from sci-fi. They're not putting the effort in.
They've been using CGI so much, especially with the MCU, that it looks flat and it looks fake. And even in the Flash movie, I enjoyed the Flash movie, but the worst part about it was the CGI. And it's like, okay, guys, stop using CGI. I know it's hard, but start doing shit practical, like this movie that you and your wife need to check out one night called The Substance with Demi Moore. Just trust me on this.
I want to see that.
Just trust me on this. You and your wife, when you're home and the kids are not around, throw in The Substance. You will thank me. It's old school horror, my nigga. It's old school horror, man. So that's the one genre where they still trying to deliver. It's certain movies, man. The Substance. I think Smile was kind of all right. Damn it. Yeah. Well, the movie it was a movie called Thanksgiving. No, seriously, Thanksgiving. That was pretty good. About a slasher who attacks on Thanksgiving. Like they're slowly getting it better, man. These horror movies, they're slowly getting it better.
Yeah. That one you're talking about, the substance. I seen her. She was on that. You ever see that one show, E-Rock, on YouTube, where the guy invites you to eat hot wings and you had to eat the
Yeah,
hottest
yeah,
sauce?
yeah,
Demi
yeah.
was there, and actually Demi Moore actually won. She ate every last wing that to the super hot, and it didn't even bother her at all. It bothered the host. She
She,
was like, she's like, "Are you okay? You all right?" He
she's
was,
a she's a
you know,
fucking G, and she's still beautiful at 62. Yeah, you the substance man is fucking fire. You and your wife should check that out, man. One night y'all have movie night. Y'all
yeah, man.
check that shit out. She'll be screaming. Trust me.
All right, brother. All right, I know you got to get out of here, so I know you got stuff you have to do at the crib, man. But I would like to thank everybody for coming and joining me in E-Rock with another Exile podcast. And yes, me and E-Rock, after this is done, we're going to talk more about what we're going to do for the podcast, man. We're going to do it. We're going to try to do it, like he said, twice a month. If we do it more, we're going to do it more. But first, we're going to test out the waters, bringing the Exile back, and we're going to do that. We're going to get some things together with adding things to the podcast. The backgrounds and different things like that. Me and E-Rock's going to talk a lot more about that. We're going to bring the Exile back. We're really going to bring it back. Things just got in the way and stuff like that, but we're definitely bringing it back, guys. So the Exile will be back maybe twice a month. We're going to see how we're going to do it, me and E-Rock. We're going to be working hard in the background to get all this going again, but the Exile podcast is going to be officially back. But I want to thank everybody for coming and joining me and E-Rock, man. This beautiful, actually a beautiful Wednesday
Yeah, it's
day,
gorgeous.
and coming and rocking out with us about Xbox. Hey guys, I got one thing to say before we do our outros. With all the stuff that's going on, with all the bull crap going on about Xbox raising the price of the games, raising the price of the controllers, the console, all that stuff, it's fair game. Everybody else raised too. It's just the way things are, guys. This is me and E-Rock said it back in the day when I told you guys to look under your couch for some change, and get Game Pass or really go out and cut grass. I really meant that because, like E-Rock said, this is an expensive hobby. It is a very expensive hobby. Games are going to go up because games are expensive to make. You're not going to keep getting games cheap. It eventually is going to go up. It's going to go past $60, $50. Nothing you can do about it. Some games will be $30 or $40. But if you want those AAA bangers that you guys talk about, AAA fire bangers like Grand Theft Auto 6, better go cut some lawns. All right, because everything goes up, man. It's the way it is. And don't blame Xbox and that it's Xbox's fault and that it's over for gaming because of Xbox. That's a bunch of bull crap. So don't feed into none of that stuff. We are the best thing in gaming right now. We have the best value. We have the best value, but they'll never mention that to you, right, E-Rock? They will never, ever mention that in their podcast, that MBG, Dreamcast, Lies, all them guys. They're not going to mention that to you. Retrash Gaming, they're not going to mention none of that to you, okay? Because they want to keep focusing on the negative of 2013 till now with Xbox. They don't want to let that go because it's making this is beyond.
Sega man, even now as we speak, your boy Crap Gamer, he has these guys all call themselves gamers, but you never see no gameplay. Nope. Crap Gamer got another Xbox's Doom video, fresh and hot, waiting for y'all. Fresh off the presses, Xbox is doomed. Oh my God, these guys, they're relentless. They never stop.
Well, you know what, E-Rock? He actually got caught by Titanfall. I think it was Titanfall Princess that got mad at him. Somebody got mad at him, and they exploited him. He was up there when he used to do those videos with Xbox, whatever he was playing. He was stealing other people's shit and putting it up.
I remember. Yeah, I remember. That was like 11 years ago. Yeah, I remember.
Right. It wasn't even his play. So what kind of gamer, guys, do you think Crap Gamer really is? Think about that. It wasn't even his gameplay. Is he really in for it because he's a true gamer, or is he in it just to make money? Because it wasn't even his gameplay. He's a drifter. He is. He's definitely a drifter, man. He's not a true gamer, man. But on that note, E-Rock, man, it was great doing another Exile podcast with you.
Yes, sir.
Xbox has become Netflix. It has already. Netflix of gaming is great. I love it. Keep bringing it. Keep bringing it because I'm going to keep investing in it, man. I'm going to keep investing in it. When you have other things in life like kids, graduating, Kids want to drive, get a car. Hey, it's good to have that Ultimate Game Pass. It really, it's the best value for your buck. But on that note, man, brother E-Rock, hey, man, tell everybody where they can find you, man.
Hey man, you can't find me anymore. I have a YouTube channel, but every once in a while, if you pop into the Sega Man 101 channel or the Unlimited Truth with our brother Unlimited Production, you can find me on the podcast. And we're gonna speak our truth, man. Everybody, please enjoy gaming. We've got it good over here. This is probably the best time for gaming. If you have Game Pass, this is the best time for gaming since the 2000s with the Xbox 360. Except one thing. With the Xbox 360, I had to pay for everything. Now I don't. Dude, enjoy gaming. There's so many great games out there. Enjoy gaming. And for you guys that are blowing up and having tantrums because Phil Spencer is sharing his toys with somebody else, go out and touch some grass. Go get a girl. Enjoy life. This shit is embarrassing. You should be embarrassed, Crap Gamer, to be 46 years old or 47 and be having temper tantrums over toys.
Right.
Enjoy gaming. It's a hobby. It's escapism. It's meant for you to have fun for a couple hours and go back to work or be with your wives or your girlfriends or your family, or your grandmother or your mother or your aunt, your father, whoever your significant other or your family is or your children, or go to your son's bar mitzvah or go to your daughter's sweet 16. It's life. Life wasn't meant to be on Twitter every day and making videos about Xbox every day, because apparently, in the words of Oh No, It's Alex, you PlayStation fans and Xbox haters are now the biggest Xbox fans in the world, because all you talk about is Xbox. And with that, I've just got one thing to say. Guys, enjoy gaming, and as always, bye-bye.
Hey guys, enjoy gaming, man. And Unlimited Production, I want to thank chat for coming and rocking out with me and my brother, the Don King of Xbox, E-Rock X, on another Exile podcast. If it wasn't for you guys, man, I don't think I would really keep doing this, to be honest with you. If it wasn't for you guys' support, always coming and checking out, rather it's the Xbox Power podcast or with my brother, where it all started with the Exile podcast, man. If it wasn't for you guys, man, I honestly don't think I would honestly keep doing podcasts and stuff like that, because I like to interact with all the gaming brothers out there, the Xbox gamers and gamers in general, man. If you're a gamer in general and you rock out your system, that's cool. That's cool, man. If you don't come in here and troll and you rock out and you give great opinions about what you think about Microsoft and Xbox, because let me tell you something, E-Rock, Unlimited Productions, and definitely Hebot will give you your opinion if Xbox is not doing something they think is not right. Now, we're not saying everything is right with Xbox, okay? We're not saying that at all. Every company messes up. And if they mess up, they're going to tell you about it, and they're going to tell you how they feel. They're not sugarcoating anything when it comes to doing their podcasts, man, amongst all that. But on that note, guys, we are out of here. Thank you so much for joining me and E-Rock. And shouts out to the chat. Big shouts out to and shouts out to Other Zinc, our brother Other Zinc. Big shouts out to Other Zinc, man, which is always part of our podcast. Our brother Sega Forever, you know what I mean? Our Hawaiian brother with the Jerry Lewis podcast. Big shout to all them, man. And I hope you guys have a great day, man. Xbox for life. We don't die. We multiply. And remember, baby, what does your boy Sega Man say? We're eating good over here. Peace. There's no power greater than X. Have a great week, guys. Check y'all later. Peace.